Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922 here to bring you Maoyuu Maou Yuusha. Episode 7. This one was called I'll Be Back Soon. We'll See Each Other Soon. When I first saw this title of this episode, I thought it had to do with the head maid leaving. But in actuality, no. This has to do with Mao, Demon King, her, or Demon Queen. Basically, that's what it has to do with. Now, beginning part of the episode, it's kind of interesting. We see the elder sister maid. She's basically writing something on telling the story of the whole thing with the Demon Queen and everything, and so on and so forth. But before I continue with this, I should mention one thing. I'm going to do this video. Then after it, I might do Kenichi. But anyway. And she's basically talking about, how things are going, how things are going smoothly. It's the end of summer. And how the Winter King has turned things around. And the winter village they reside at is prospering. Basically. She's saying it's prospering and it's doing well. This episode was pretty much gathered on two sides. We see the whole thing with Yuusha and the Demon Queen, and we have the thing with the guy who... I think I should start with that first. Then I'll go into what happened with Yuusha. This guy who was part of Gate City had 9,000 soldiers. And he sent, I believe, 8,000 of the 9,000 soldiers to Bright Island. Well, apparently, because he did that, he was on trial for it. And they sentenced him to death. That's pretty much what happened. This guy's like, no, don't do it. But this guy's evil. Like evil as can be. So he deserves it. He goes to jail. What's on happening is he gets out of jail by this other guy. And they're going to go to war to the Eastern General. Now, what happened basically for Yuusha was he was having this sparring thing with a female knight. And they were, after their sparring event, she got the best of him. And this was a nice, interesting episode, because last week we had the whole fighting thing. And this was just an episode that showed the connection between the hero, female knight, and Demon King. And what was interesting about it was he kept complimenting her, the female knight, to a point. And it was like a touching moment for him and her. And there was this scene where they were pumping the water out of the well so she could douse herself with it because it was hot. She takes off her clothes with just a towel, and he's embarrassed in front of her, and she's like, well, it doesn't matter. And she was even scrubbing his hair, washing his hair. Kind of an interesting moment in this show of the relationship between the female knight and the hero, Yuusha. And Then after that scene, we go into him going into the mansion. He drinks this water that's actually carbonated water that the little sister made. And she was really happy that she was able to make it and everything. After that situation, Mao combs his hair and everything. It is just like what touching moment. And begins to tell her, Mao, that Demon Queen Yuusha, that he has to go see another demon, this dragon demon guy, who's a king of one of the tribes, and apparently it's a conference that he has to go to, and so on and so forth. And then she's telling him after the conference, come right home. Like she's like so worried, like some girl is gonna go after him or something. It's like unbelievable. So what ends up happening is he goes there and he has lunch with the Eastern General, has the meat and ale, and what happened was the daughter of, the guy we're supposed to see, the demon, dragon, apparently she was told they were going to be engaged. When that happens, they get like an earthquake of some sorts, which I didn't understand fully. And it happens at the mansion, and she's rattled and everything, but everyone's okay. And she tells the head maid that she has to go somewhere for a while. She's going to be gone for a while. And this is to talk to the other tribes at the Demon King's grave. And to get them to not start wars with the humans and everything. That's pretty much what she's doing there. Then comes the most funniest part of this fucking episode. Yuusha is in his room sleeping. Mao, Demon Queen, she comes to in front of his door with a pillow. And on the other side is the female knight with tea. And I'm like, no. And they start having an argument. That was so funny. They have an argument about who's going in there. And she's like, no, I'm going in. And she's going. And they're whispering each other. I was just like, God damn it. So funny. So, what ends up happening, and she almost blurts it out, the Demon Queen, Mao. She says that she will have to be gone for a few days. And then she realizes the female knight. And what ends up happening is the head maid shows up. And she says, well, fine, I'll go then. No. They're arguing and everything. And the head maid just pushes the both in the room. I was laughing. That was funny. They fall down. You see an ass shot of their ass. I'm like, what? Too fucking funny. So they decide that they're going to sleep on the bed with him eventually. They finally find, And she explains to the female knight while Yuusha is sleeping of what needs to be done. And they're playing with his hair the entire time. It's just like these two girls are infatuated with him. That she has to leave. And then she says to the female knight to protect Yuusha, protect Hiro in my absence. And the next day, she's ready to go. Before she leaves, though, Mao gives the older sister maid a ring. called an earthly fairy ring, which will allow her, to turn into Mao, Demon Queen, when she has to do trades. And she's leaving the mansion in Yuusha's care. Pretty much. But he goes with her just to take her to this certain place to go visit the grave of Demon King's grave. And then he goes back. And the end of the episode where I told you the whole thing with the trying to think. The guy who wants revenge on the Eastern General and everything. Both of them. This guy who broke him out and this other guy. The guy who was going to be killed. So, and that's pretty much what happened in this episode. It was good to see this kind of connection between Yuusha, the female knight, and the Demon Queen. And next week's is going to be interesting because next week's is called Take This Sword, My Lord. And there's actually a picture of the female knight giving a sword to Yuusha. So, this was funny. I like that scene when they were going to his room. That had to be dying. That was an awesome scene. Awesome scene. Now, before I end this, there's this Queen of Straps script going around. Now, it's kind of weird in a way, this Queen of Straps. I'm not offended or anything. I think it's nice that there's some people who that this guy, Black Cat, wanted to do this. It's great, man. Good on you. Just to let you know, sometimes people might not have the same reaction that others do. I just want to briefly state that. But anyway, good episode. Rating. I didn't even give this a rating. 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. This is a real building thing with this show. It's a matter of building it up. I like now that last week we had a fight. This week we had a building of relationships between Yuusha, female knight, Maoyuu, the Demon Queen. So it was interesting how they mixed it up in this episode. But yeah, it looks like the female knight now is going to be with Yuusha for majority of this coming episode. She'll come back, Mao. Just have to do business with the demon clans and stuff. So yeah, I thought it was good. I love that part. That part with I'm sharing the bed with him. Oh God, it was so funny. And they were also sharing secrets. Like, I know something about him that you don't know. And that was probably the thirst of the week for this show. They fall on the ground, and then there's like an ass shot of their ass. They're wearing a nightgown, so get the gist. But good episode of Yuusha. Things are developing between these three. Should be interesting for next week. And like I said, after this review, I'm probably going to do rather two things. Trying to decide if I want to do Kenichi or Fairy Tail. We'll see. This has been Bonkai 922. We'll see you guys later. Mao and the female knight. These bitches want his D. Yes, I said that. See ya.